Call of Duty World at War takes place during World War II. Okay, so that goes right there. In the Pacific Theater, you play as Private C. Miller. You also play on the Eastern Front as Dmitry Petrenko. In the Pacific, you and Kiefer Sutherland kill a lot of Japs.
I shot a lot of Japs in World War II.
On the Eastern Front, you meet Viktor Reznov, who is an actually important character and is played by Gary Oldman. Dmitry and Reznov kill every Nazi in Berlin and win World War II. Call of Duty Black Ops takes place in the 1960s, and this is where things get complicated. Okay, so this goes here. This story is told in flashbacks through the eyes of Alex Mason. After failing to assassinate Fidel Castro, Mason is given to Nikita Dragovich and taken to the Vorkuta Gulag. In Vorkuta, Mason meets Viktor Reznov, and they break out of Vorkuta together. Mason goes to the Pentagon with Jason Hudson to talk about doing important military things. Mason and his best friend Frank Woods blow up a rocket with the help of Ice Cube. 5 years later, Mason goes to Vietnam to hunt down Dragovich. He encounters Reznov, who gives him information on Dragovich. Then we get a flashback from Reznov while we're still in the flashback from Mason about a mission that happened in 1945 where Reznov and Dmitry Petrenko from World at War are hunting down Nazis in the Arctic Circle. Okay, but Black Ops also goes right over here then. Turns out that Dragovich was the one leading Reznov and Dmitry's unit along with his right-hand man, Lev Kravchenko. Dragovich was there to find a German man named Dr. Friedrich Steiner. Steiner leads Dragovich to an abandoned German biochemical weapon called Nova 6. Dragovich tests Nova 6 on his own men, and Dmitry Petrenko is killed. This is when Reznov is captured and sent to Vorkuta. Reznov tells Mason this story and they agree to kill Dragovich, Kravchenko, and Steiner. Flash forward to another flashback in 1968 where Mason and his best friends are captured by the Viet Cong after discovering a crashed plane with Nova 6 inside. Ice Cube is killed by the Viet Cong. Mason and Woods escape in a helicopter and start blowing up Vietnam on their way to Kravchenko's base. Reznov is also at the base. Woods and Kravchenko blow up. Mason and Reznov go to Rebirth Island and sneak through to Steiner. Mason watches Reznov kill him, but it turns out that Hudson and the CIA were assaulting Rebirth Island at the same time and saw Mason shoot Steiner while claiming himself to be Viktor Reznov. This is when Mason was captured and brought to the interrogation room by Hudson, who was revealed to be the mysterious interrogator. You see, while in Vorkuta, Mason was programmed to be a Russian sleeper agent meant to assassinate JFK. Reznov hijacked his programming and instead made him want to kill Dragovich, Kravchenko, and Steiner. Every time you see Reznov after Vorkuta, it's only a vision in Mason's head. Mason discovers the meaning of the numbers, a code sent to all sleeper agents within the USA to unleash Nova 6 on the country. Mason and Hudson go to the Rusalka to kill Dragovich. Also, Mason was the man who really killed JFK. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 takes place in two time periods, the late 1980s with Alex Mason and 2025 with Alex Mason's son, David Mason, aka Section. So that goes here, and it also goes over here. This game also has actual choices and multiple endings, so things somehow get even more complicated here. David Mason and his friend Michael Rooker track down Woods, who didn't actually die in the explosion and is now very old. They question him about a man named Raul Menendez. Flashback to 1986. Alex Mason is called back to duty while he is with his now 7-year-old son David. Alex Mason and Hudson go to Africa to save Woods and shoot Menendez in the eyeball. Sometime later, Mason, Woods, Hudson, and a Chinese guy ally with the Mujahideen against the Soviets in Afghanistan. Turns out that Kravchenko didn't die in that explosion either, but he gets killed anyways. Mason, Woods, and Hudson raid Menendez headquarters in Nicaragua. During the raid, Woods goes into a frenzy and accidentally kills Menendez's sister, Josefina, who is already horribly disfigured by an act of arson committed by American businessmen for insurance money. Menendez fakes his death and kidnaps Hudson and David, making Hudson trick Woods into shooting Mason instead of Menendez himself. Menendez then kills Hudson and blows off Woods' kneecaps, forcing David to suffer just as he did. Decades later, Menendez reemerges as the leader of Cordis Dia, a movement with over 2 billion followers. He influences the start of a new Cold War between China and NATO forces through an attack on the Chinese stock exchange. Section and his team raid a Cordis Dia facility with halo cloaking. They discover a quote-unquote solarium device, a quantum computer capable of hacking any computer system. Section and his team discover that the creator of Solarium is a woman named Chloe Lynch, aka Karma, so they infiltrate a floating resort by the name of Colossus in search of her. You shoot some guys while listening to Skrillex because this game came out in 2012. Now you play as an undercover agent. Menendez captures Michael Rooker and wants you to kill him to prove your loyalty. Menendez is captured, but he intentionally got captured so he could hack America from aboard the USS Obama. Salazar is revealed to be a mole for Cortes Dia and helps Menendez escape. Menendez takes control of the United States military drone network and targets Los Angeles during a G20 meeting, hoping to kill all their leaders and cause a global catastrophe. Section saves the President of the United States and escorts her to safety. The source of the hack is found out to be coming from Haiti, so Section and friends go there to kill the shit out of everyone. You can choose to spare or kill Menendez, and I didn't even mention the side missions or the many endings. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 takes place in 2065. I'm not explaining this one. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 takes place in the 2040s. This is before Black Ops 3, so it goes here. This game doesn't have a campaign, but it does have the worst story ever made. At some point, David Mason had 2 children, Savannah and Jessica. Savannah somehow becomes the world's first trillionaire and is also a CIA agent for no reason. She decides to spend her fortune on making a battle royale game mode that will resurrect the characters from the past Black Ops games. Her sister Jessica doesn't think that's a good idea for a Black Ops game, so Savannah shoots her in the mouth. Jessica survives, and now she has Black Ops 3 on her side now. Also, Savannah is in a relationship with the resurrected Frank Woods. This version of Frank Woods is now brainwashing the resurrected version of Alex Mason to do something. This game is actually canon. Call of Duty, Black Ops, Cold War, takes place in 1981. Okay, this one goes right here then. You play most of the game as Bell, the first custom character in a Black Ops game, because Black Ops 3 didn't happen. Ronald Reagan needs the help of the Black Ops buddies and their new friend Russell Adler. Their mission is to track down Perseus to prevent an attack on Europe. Russell Adler recruits you, Bell, to the team because you fought with him in Vietnam. Near the end of the campaign, it is revealed that you were never in Vietnam, and you were just some random goon that got shot in the head by a bad guy at the start of the game. Russell Adler saved your life and brainwashed you to think you were friends so that you can work for the good guys because you knew about where the neutron bombs were going to be detonated from. You can choose to either side with Adler and give the information up, or betray your allies and side with Perseus. So while I'm editing this, I saw this really stupid cinematic from Season 6 of Cold War, where Russell Adler just got back from playing Warzone, and Alex Mason gets really mad at him for doing that. So he tries to brainwash him by injecting him with green goo and reading out the numbers sequence. That is so fucking stupid, I have no words for it. That's not what the numbers do, and Alex Mason would never do that. Whoever wrote this is a fucking idiot, but I should bring it up because it'll probably be significant in Black Ops 6 somehow. And finally, we have the upcoming Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which takes place in 1991. Okay, so now this one goes here then. Okay. So Cold War is Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 is Black Ops 3. Kind of. Black Ops 6 is like Black Ops 3.5. Black Ops 4 is like Black Ops 4. And Black Ops 3 is Black Ops 5. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, that was a doozy. But I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh no. Oh god, no. No, please! No!
Franco, please.
24, 11, 1, 7, 19, 20, 10, 14, 2, 3,